So chapter 9 is the rule. This is the idea room 9. That's next door to me on the right hand side as I walk on mine in the Bevin Boys here. The autumn of 1946 saw the coming of rule and the beginning of the end of the prosperous South Shallow district. Conditions on the face slowly worsened till they became nightmare. When they first appeared about halfway up the hill, I think hill that one, halfway up the coal stem, blah blah blah. Roll up particular stent of his contortions of fault in the coal stem roof of the floor going up and down abruptly like a camel's hump. Uh, Marked from the day to day till the facement in which stent was had to erect an 8-foot tree in one half of the stent and 4-foot tree in the other. So that could be a clue to room 9, chapter 9, Bevin's Boy, obviously, in the autumn of 1946, like, so this would be passed on over the years. So if you could be a gardener or somebody like that, I met somebody similar to that, so that's interesting. Go to the next one. I have marked my page, like, so I'm going to go to 8 now, hopefully. Chapter 8, the doldrums. So the empathy felt towards my job was that to a certain extent shared by miners who, after toiling for 6 shifts a week during the war years, were now hoping to enjoy the fruits of victory and relax the pace a little. Understandably, reaction had been marked effect on the men turned up for work on Saturday morning, with the result that only half of the face could be drawn off. Interesting stuff. So that is somebody could be doing some machinery there. Goes on about machinery. If you look further down, begin to show ranges of wear, and hardly a day passed without breaking down for anything. Funny stuff. So that could be a clue to somebody who's in there. Room 8, that one, the doldrums. So that could be somebody related to that from 1946 as well. I'll go to 7 now, hopefully. Get to 7. At the doldrums. Pardon me, I'm looking from the camera phone as I'm turning the page over. It's not very good, like. Should have somebody give us a bit of a hand with this. And the thing is, it's got white finger on it. Hopefully this is the House of Commons. Yeah, chapter 7. The House of Commons. Party politics had faded into the background during the wartime coalition after the VE Day had returned to the forefront, and I found myself involved in a spat of political argument both at the hostel and at the pit. So that could be somebody who's related to a miner in the parliament or MP. I mean, I am as well. My dad's been sort of military police, so that's similar. The body was elected by the residents, so that could be somebody who's in social activities in room 7. Managed copies of the committees, headquarters, regional might be properly aired, so somebody related to that as well could be another one, room 7, and related to the 40s. I'll go to 6 now. Quickly, I'm going as quick as I can. Yeah, I got 6. So chapter 6, the tension end. So that could be somebody related to the tension or a name similar. The shallow, the south shallow stem was 6 feet thick, rose at the sharp angle from the bottom road to the top. All from the face was transported to the loader by the main convoy belt, which emerged from the face into the middle road. This belt was fed on the actual coal face by 2 smaller convoys known as the scraper chains, and running downwards from the top half of the face, and others running upwards from the bottom half. I, of course, was the driver of the motor operating the scraper chain and on the top half. So that could be somebody, machine operator in that one, the tension, chapter 6. I'll try to get you one more 5, hopefully. Try and go as quick as I can. Okay, this one's called The Top Road, chapter 5. So that will be somebody related in room 5. When I arrived back in the hostel after Christmas holiday, I found the place in an uproar. A number of lads hurrying back into the station met me at the gate, saying, might as well go back home. But it wasn't until I reached dormitory that I understood why. Huge icicles hung from the water pipes around the ceiling. My bed was covered with frozen water, and the locker, everything was coated with whole block like a huge refrigerator. It appeared that the hot water pipes had been switched when the hostel emptied for Christmas. So that's an interesting story there, that one. That's chapter 5. So somebody might be related to doing the fixing the room up in a way, so it's interesting. I'll try chapter 4, last one. I've got a bit more time. Some of the credits were not on the, pardon me, getting a bit excited because it's an exciting book, but not some good boring bits in it as well, but it's obviously interesting being here in the midst of the refugee crisis and all that. Trying to find the last page, chapter, I've got it. The Shallows, chapter 4. The end of the fortnight in Littleton Colliery. I finished working on the bank and reported to the under manager for underground employment. He entered my name in the underground workers register and gave me a lamp and check number 170. He told me that I would be working down the number 3 pit, and that for the first fortnight I would be in the pit bottom, the area immediately surrounding the base of the shaft. The check officer collected my check, an overall piece of metal stamped with the number 170. So that could be a lucky number for somebody. If you added up correctly, I've been helping in the pit as well, in other areas as well, near the other mines. So that could be lucky for me as well. So that's interesting. There's a few jokes you could make out of them ones, tension end and all that. For some of them, room 6 or something like that. Some of them are jokers in here and they try to get on as much as they can. But a lot of them take things hard, and I'm going to go back to page 88. I see the funny side of life, even though I've got white fingers, so I'm classed as a miner now.